Okay guys, welcome to the Cork Opera House. A massive night tonight here. I'm joined by a true icon, the 80s and 90s, and still to this day making an impact worldwide. You're my mother's idol, by the way, I have to mention that. She adores you.
Thank you.
What's it like to be back in Ireland, first of all?
It's great, because I know it's been a long time. I got told off by a lot of Irish people. And so I wanted to have the chance to come back. I'm not sure how long it's been actually, but and I'm glad that I'm not just doing a couple of the gigs, at least it's 4, and it's really nice to be back. And they're all lovely auditoriums that I'm playing to.
Yeah. Have you played in Cork before? Was it the first time, or has there been a stage previous years?
You'll be asking. There might have been 20 years ago, but my memory doesn't go back that far anymore.
You can imagine. No, still active to this day, still enjoying the touring and all that.
Yeah.
You can never get sick of it, obviously you love it so much.
Well, I mean, for the first 6 years before I became famous, I was just, that was the only way of making money, was being on the road, and to get yourself known was being on the road. So I spent a lifetime in transit vans, driving up and down motorways, and it's in my blood, I think.
Definitely, and you made such a name. Still to this day, people, you know, they come to the shows, they're always selling out. And what do the fans mean to you? Because obviously, to this day, they're still on about the songs, still on about the image, the looks. You know, obviously, it's a huge thing.
Well, yeah, and some of them, I've got another band called Los Pequeños, and we play smaller venues, so they've got a more, they're sort of within reach, and I know some of these people personally, so they've been with me all my life, and I know all the other fans that I can't always see have as well, you know, so, which is a wonderful thing for someone like me. You know.
Definitely, yes. Most definitely, and it's been over 35 years. Tell us, you know, it's the music's changed a lot from, you know, the way it was in the 70s, the 80s. Like today, do you think the music's, it's obviously a lot different? You know, it's a hard to kind of understand. You see all these new artists, they're young. There's a lot of pressure on them. Do you think there's too much pressure on them, maybe?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of pressure on them, and I don't think they're ever ready for it. That's the problem. They can get schooled in it, you know. I mean, even Motown had like a charm school, so I think sometimes these people need a lot more support than they're actually getting.
And speaking of duets, you know, we've seen you in the past over the years. You've done stuff with George Michael.
Yeah.
What was it like? I know you paid a big tribute to George when he lost his life and he passed away. But obviously George was a good friend and meant a lot to you.
Yeah, I knew George very well. We used to dip in and out of each other's lives. But yeah, I saw him a lot. We've done a couple, well, more than a few things together on stage. And it's the same with Tony Hadley as well. I've toured with Midge Ure. In fact, a lot of the Band Aid people, we're still around and we still know each other, which I think is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Is that I'm still doing it after all this time. So it's my job, it's my life. You know, I've raised my family through the thanks of being successful, and it's all I could have wanted for. Really.
Definitely. And I was watching, actually, it was a thing on YouTube recently. Obviously, you like cooking. Master Chef Hell's Kitchen. Obviously, you know, the book came out, but what was it like? Obviously, you're still kind of active. You love cooking. Do you get a chance to be home much, or are you still kind of traveling?
At the moment, it's really stepped up this year. I mean, it was fairly busy last year, but this year seems even more so. So I don't get much of a chance. Yeah. But just a little while ago, the last time I went home, I picked up a cookbook and I decided that's what I'm going to read while I'm away, and then that inspires me to get stuck in the next time I get time off.
Definitely. And just speaking last of all, Band Aid, obviously, did you know when it first started how big it could get? Because to this day, it's still a huge Christmas song.
It
you
is,
were the first line in that Christmas song, you know, it's
yeah,
huge.
and when all the other Christmas songs have faded, that one's still there.
Still huge.
With the others, which are probably Slade and Wizard, you know. It's a great thing. No one knew it was going to be that big. We knew we were doing it for the UK, first and foremost. I don't know if some people had a grander plan, but I think it just took off on its own, and I think it was a case of managing it as best Bob Geldof and Midge could, you know. But it just went off, and it was incredible.
Great time. And projects-wise, anything planned the next year or two? Are you going to work on anything new?
Yeah, I've got some work, and I started on it at the beginning of this year, but then I got pneumonia in December, and that really threw me off for 3 months. And then I ran out of time, so once again I've got this stuff that's I've started work on completion. It's about 80% there, and then I had to put it off because the tour schedule loomed into view, and so it's there on the sidelines, and it will get done soon.
Excellent. Paul, it's an absolute honour, and we can't wait for the show tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.